What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, let's randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. Now, I'm going to jump right into this. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to get on your boy Deontay Wilder one more time, man. Listen, Deontay Wilder got beat. He got beat soundly. There's no excuses, man. Or at least not coming from some of us. But he's making excuses. Now, I was watching my man Showbiz. I like his channel, man. He's funny as hell. I like his videos. But I don't agree with how he was giving points to Deontay Wilder. Wilder was saying stupid things like, it wasn't me. I wasn't myself. I was like a zombie in there. Anybody who's been watching boxing long enough know that that wasn't me. And now he's talking about a torn bicep. Every time. Now, ever since he started speaking, right? He went to silence when he first lost. And ever since he started speaking, after he come back with the, your king will rise like a phoenix from the ashes and all this nonsense. Now, we hearing more and more. I mean, the mask bothered me. Oh, I was blinking. My eyes was blinking. The mask was this, is that. The costume was too heavy. Torn bicep now. Oh, there was other things going on I can't talk about. Oh, I got to weed out the snakes. Now all these excuses. All before the fight. It was basically speak it, believe it, receive it, right? And everything is my camp. Y'all so scared of me. Y'all changing camps. Y'all changing trends. I got the same people with me that I've had, since day one. Now we in a completely different story, right? So no, you didn't need to say, hey, I'm having problems in my camp, but that's something you shouldn't even talked about. If it's like, if you have a group of people around you and there's things going wrong and you're aware of it, the last thing you want to do is sit up on camera on top of that and big up these people just to turn around and make yourself look like a hypocrite. Because now they're going to say, well, you just a couple of weeks ago was saying everything was cool. Now all of a sudden you have all these, this person this and people jealous of me and whatever, right? So yeah, I'm listening to him talk. In Showbiz, I don't know him personally, but I'm saying he seemed like a good dude, man, and he tries to make a positive out of certain situations. Now, that's bias when you hear something, it's nah, but then you find a way to try to iron it out. Like to me, what he was doing. Remember the Jeffersons that show how George's mother would always get at Louise for something, and then you have terrible taste. That was George's idea. Oh well, I mean, well, sometimes you have to. Yeah, she would make it. That's like what Showbiz was doing for Wilder, because he's like, yeah, I see. I said that Wilder something wasn't. I said, okay, but see, this is what you got to look at, show. When AJ lost to Ruiz, Wilder couldn't wait to do that interview. He had so much to say. He was so disappointed. Oh man, he's supposed to be a champ. No, he was happy that AJ lost because he don't want to fight AJ. He don't want that fight, and that would never happen to me. You supposed to be a champion, and you getting beat like that. That was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for him. That would never happen to me, right? He had so much negativity to say. Going into a rematch, see, they wrote AJ off simply because they don't want to see AJ get that light that he's getting. And so they don't want to see AJ as being better than Deontay Wilder. So even though people say, yo, he has better skills than Wilder, but yo, that right hand, they all think that's the equalizer, that even if AJ can outbox him, soon as Wilder catch him, is over, right? So Wilder want people to feel like AJ is defeated already. So there's no need to fight him. So he's saying all this negative stuff, AJ this, AJ that. Then he goes out and gets destroyed. I mean, at least AJ dropped Ruiz. You did no harm. You landed that big right hand twice. Bam. Nothing. Fury ate that shit. And then Fury with that bullshit. Oh, man, when you hit me with that, I went cuckoo. That shit, man, come on. a way to try to, build Wilder. Hey man, good fight. Try to show good sportsmanship. And then this dude turns around and starts saying, more excuses. Now, let me show you how you don't help people by making excuses for them. Me as a kid, okay, and I had a situation where a kid wanted to make the basketball team, and I just kept it real with him about what he needed to work on. And his coach told him the same thing. But me as a kid, okay, I never lost a fight in a ring, in the street, or whatever. Never lost a fight. Okay, I just had that refuse to lose mentality. But as a kid, I played basketball with the big boys. And I used to tell them, man, don't hold it, don't take it light, don't hold back. I'm not going to get better if you do. And that's something that I learned as a little kid. You know how many ass whoopings I took in basketball before I got to the point where I was nice? And these same guys that was schooling me, they was just too big. They were grown-ass men. Too big, too strong, too fast. And, I'm a little kid, man. So as I'm growing up, year after year after year, and it's like I'm getting closer and closer to starting to, and it got to the point where I'm noticing I got these dudes sweating. They out there they playing me like I'm their size now, because it's like, damn, getting good, man. Like, shit, okay. And it's like I'm getting closer and closer. The first time that I beat each one of them, they never beat me again. It was a wrap, because now I can match them. But they made me so much better. Now it's like, okay, cool. I gotta learn how to go to my left. I can go to my right. Now I gotta learn how to go to my left. I can shoot my right hand. I can shoot my left hand. Oh, I got a jump shot now. Oh, okay, cool. I got hang time. I'm learning. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm a little kid at the time. So the beast that I became was because of the ass whoopings I took. Now, if they would have been out there letting me shoot, letting me score baskets, hey, you won. That's what you do with little toddlers, man. But I'm saying I'm out here trying to compete because I want to get better. Now, if I, as a kid, could understand that, and I could analyze, look, man, these guys are too big, too strong, too fast, but it's only going to make me better. It's a mismatch. I got to get more size. I got to get more speed. I'll get there. I'll get there. Okay, until then, I got to utilize what I have. And it wasn't enough for a long time. And you mean to tell me as a grown man, Wilder can't come to the conclusion, you know what, man? Fury won. Regardless to what the fuck happened, he won. It is what it is. Fight another day. You understand what I'm saying? He can't come to that conclusion even after all this time to sit back to analyze the fight and think. Look. Torn bicep. It's not like you came to the fight with a torn bicep. So if you tore your bicep in the fight, hey, shit happens. Okay? Nobody told you to wear that big, dumb, stupid ass costume. All this is your choice. Now, there was other things wrong. It was this, it was that. Excuses, man. Now, when people were saying AJ didn't look right, the first thing came out of your mouth, excuses, man. AJ, basically, he's not that good. And then he showed disappointment in Ruiz for coming in heavy. Let me tell you some shit that people was misconstruing. People talk about, oh, Ruiz was too heavy, he was out of shape. No. Ruiz said, go back and rewind the tape. Right at the press conference, at the end of it, I thought coming in, be heavy would, I'd be ready, more prepared to take, his big shots and to, come in. But he fought different. Yeah, right. Nobody envisioned AJ fighting the way he did. And they can try to take credit all they want. But AJ put a master class on. He outboxed this guy. And all of a sudden now, he's punch shy. How the fuck is he punch shy, man? You fought a guy who has faster hands than you. Throw nice, nasty, fast combinations on the inside. Even in that first fight, what was McCracken telling him? Keep it long, stay long. And AJ it wasn't happening for him. So in this fight, he kept it long. And there's times he went in, pow, he's cracking with that right hand. He's doing what he had to do to win the fight. That's against Ruiz, not everybody else. You have to adjust to your opponents, and then we'll see. But what did Wilder do? Wilder criticized him. All he did was win all night, and all he did. Well, you know what? If Wilder could get up on them little skinny, scrawny, bony chicken legs and move and give you some lateral movement and utilize the ring, he would, but he can't. That's not him. He doesn't know how to do that. He can't physically, he can't do it. That's not him. All he does is walk straight back in the line. You saw that against Devern. Anybody that walked him back, he has no foot movement whatsoever. He just literally walks back in a straight line. Oh wow, look unprofessional. He doesn't know how to pop, step off that move, give you that shoulder movement. He doesn't know how to do any of that turn. He doesn't have that. So instead of people saying, Wilder, look, man, we want to see you win. Why don't you add more to your game? You can't just depend on that right hand. Instead, what his sheep are doing is going, oh man, the glove, he was hitting them with his, but they had the glove fixed, they had the glove loaded, and they kept showing him doing this. And look, to improve, you have to understand what your flaws are. And you don't hear the Wilder sheep, okay? You don't hear his sheep. And you know why I say sheep? Because, well, I'm not a fan of anybody's, but as a fan, you still need to keep it real. But as a sheep, you can't, because you're just a follower, okay? And people lead the sheep around. The sheep don't lead the people around, okay? The people lead the sheep around, okay? And basically, he can do no wrong. So for all of you, oh, he was sick, something was wrong. Yeah, see, because he said, yeah, something was wrong. Yeah. Right, it was bullshit when it was AJ, but for Wilder, no, it's a reason, right? Well, now, the rematch is going to happen, right? Now, he gets his ass kicked again. I don't care, even, let's say if he puts up a better fight in every match, but he loses, what you going to say then? Oh, it's the glove again. Oh, man, it was something. His shoes was too heavy. Something wasn't, no. Wilder needs to check himself. If you listen to him talk, you can see he hasn't learned from his loss. He said, it's the way you get back up. But he's saying, I don't see fear as the champ. Because that wasn't me who was in there fighting. This dude is fucking delusional. That wasn't you in there fighting. Okay. So pretty much, when AJ lost, regardless to whatever happened, AJ just said, hey, look, the better man won. I was fine. There was nothing wrong. The better man won. Good job to Fury. Wilder still making excuses, and that wasn't me. I was like a zombie in there, and it was this, it was that, and there's things I can't talk about. You should have just kept silent then. If that's what you're gonna do, is just make more excuses. No details, no just excuses. Even that, oh, I gotta cut my grass to weed out the snake. Look, come on, man. I train, I work out. I don't need no fitness coach. I don't need no boxing. I don't need anybody to tell me what I'm doing wrong, or like to motivate me to push myself to the levels that I know. Like, okay, this is what I do. I've never had somebody that has to go, come on, man, pick it up. Like I myself, if I'm slipping, I know it. No, like, well, let me get busy. So what I'm saying, how do you have a training camp knowing, man, I'm not getting what I need out of this training camp? You've been fighting long enough to know better, right? To know what a training camp should be like, and when you feel like you're at your best. If he, let's say, look, because he landed the big right hand, right? Let's say if Fury would have went down, we wouldn't have heard shit. We don't know what round, even if he tore his bicep, what round it happened, I don't know. But even we wouldn't have heard nothing about a bicep. We wouldn't have heard nothing about no costume. We wouldn't have heard nothing about no fort, nothing. It would have just been a bomb squad. I told you, speak it, believe it, receive it. And y'all can't keep it real with your boy and say, hey, look, man, you got to add more to your arsenal. You need to learn how to slip punches. You need to learn how to turn, give angles. You need to learn how to counter and use your reach and control. First off, Wilder's too fucking skinny. He's too lanky to try to back people up. The reason people back up is they're afraid of the right hand. So they give him too much respect. And instead of them, let me, look at what he does right. Look at what he does good and take that from him. They just think moving out the way, trying to stay away. But you gotta give him something to worry about. You see what I'm saying? You gotta, and he's a tall, skinny guy with scrawny legs. He has no, look, being able to turn somebody, whatever. He doesn't have the body weight, the mass to try to lean in on you. He's skinny. He doesn't fight that way. He's putting his weight on you. He's pushing you back. No, he just basically, what he does, he jumps, he throws that jab, he hops in behind it, so he gets his weight behind his shot. That's all Wilder has. You're the bigger much bigger man. Fury was 273. Why the fuck would you let this dude back you up? Well, he learned that when he dropped Deontay Wilder. He didn't drop him, but he had him hurt in that 12th round after he got dropped, and he got up and he hurt Wilder. And even before that, anytime Fury pressed the attack, Wilder just backs up. He has nothing. He's not throwing back. He just backs up, put his hands up, and he has no defense. He does shit like this. He puts his arms up. He tries to push punches away. He does sloppy shit. Why he has no answers for that. Fury saw that and he said, "You know what? I'm the bigger man. I need to put my weight, I need to get my weight behind my shots." And you know what? That tactic was working. But now I got to do it for 12 rounds or however long it takes instead of, backing up and letting him come to me. Let me push him back. And he can't fight off his back foot, and he showed you that. Now, what I'm saying is if you are such a fan of Deontay Wilder and you want to see him win, you guys need to keep it real with him. Hey, Deontay, like I said, you have to add more to your arsenal. You have to have more than just the right hand. We'll see what he has left in the tank. I personally think that anybody with any real skill and heart and have that determination, even if I get cracked, I'm going to get up and keep going, he's going to have problems, man. Because in all honesty, other guys can punch too. And he was getting hurt by Fury, who he said has pillows for fists. So what happens if he gets cracked by Dubois? What happens if he gets cracked by Dillian Whyte? Now, stylistically, let's say he beat Dillian Whyte. And I say that because with Dillian got the power to crack him and knock him out. Dillian is just, I'm not sure, man. Like, Dillian got that off balance kind of stand in, bang with you type. He don't really come forward. He just kind of stand there. It's like a stalemate with Dillian. He tries to, I don't know, man. If Dillian is sharp and, avoid those shots, like he can turn, move with him. And, with that, it's going to be if Dillian can catch him, Dillian can get him out of there too. But Dillian, just stylistically, man, it's one of those things, man. Like Wilder can catch him with that shot. But yeah, but I'm saying Dillian hit him. Any of them guys, they hit. That's my point. They hit hard enough to get him out of there. Now Joe Joyce is more of a cumulative type, an accumulation of punches. But there's other guys out there. AJ, I mean, that if they hit him with them same shots, like they get clean shots on him, that they can get him out of there. Fury has weight behind his punch, not real force, but he has weight behind his shots. Not just pure bam, like got that thud in his shot. It's just more of his weight behind his shots. And if Fury sat down on his punches more like he was doing, Fury would be more effective because he's a big dude. AJ has speed and power behind his shots. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, man, I mean, just listening to him talk, he doesn't sound like he's learned anything from this fight. His ego is still, basically the guy's a big head and he's just talking, I mean, a man beat you, fought you twice. And I think they said he only won 4 rounds combined out of those 2 fights. The man fought you for 19 fucking rounds, and you're going to fucking say you don't see him as a champ. And I don't see how you want. I mean, 2 rounds. Not even 4. They 2 rounds out of the 19. 2 rounds they gave him, and that was the rounds that he knocked Fury down in. And you're going to say you don't see this man as the champ, but he beat your ass, and now you got a bunch of excuses about your bicep, your fucking mask, your costume. I mean, it's like, wow, man. The only excuse he didn't come up with, that his fans came up with, was the glove gate bullshit. But it's like, you don't progress and get better when you can't accept, you know what, it was his night. But you know what, we're going to do it again. I still don't see him as the champ. Right, that means you don't learn your lesson. You don't understand what you did wrong. And I said in the video, George Foreman reaching out to him, it's more of an advisory thing. He's not going to, I don't give a fuck what George tried to teach him. Deontay will be 35 years old soon, man. He's not going to, look, he's been fighting this way for so long. When you've been doing something for so long, I learned as a kid to fight orthodox or southpaw. Because basically it's like if you just get used to doing one thing, sometimes you need to have to switch up, and if you can't do that, you know, that might work against you. You know, I had to get comfortable fighting orthodox because I'm a southpaw, and I had to, and it was like, you know what, I got to do it more often because what happens as soon as the heat come on, I would automatically jump back to southpaw. Then I found myself standing at orthodox style. It's like word, so I'm effective either way, equally as effective. So it's like, you know what, ambidextrous. I can throw a football with my left or my right hand. I can shoot a ball with my right or my, so I could draw a right with my right or my left hand. You see what I'm saying? But that's something that I had to still, even though now the drawing and writing part is one thing, but to be able to shoot and do all that, it's like it still took practice and understanding. It's like, yeah, okay. It's a completely different feeling going from different, using different sides of your body to do the same shit. You got to get used to it. Wilder's been fighting this way all this time, man. I mean, you know, we'll see, but I'm saying it. Now, I don't care. I'm not trying to prove, I'm some genius or whatever the hell, I am. No, I'm only serious. No, but I'm just saying, really, I just feel like it's too late for Wilder. For him, like Buddy McGirt said, it's only a few things that he need. Buddy McGirt is saying that because in his mind, he don't see these other heavyweights as really being that talented. And that's a flaw, man. For you to say that shit, you probably trying to, hey, man, if this Mark Breeden thing don't work out, hey, holla at your boy. There's many things Wilder need to work on and add to his arsenal, man. And you being a veteran fighter should know better, man. That no, you work on everything. Wilder needs to add more to his arsenal. It's not just one thing that he has to add, or a few things. Many things, because you have to know, you have to be able to resort to, like, Wilder doesn't even know how to parry punches. He doesn't know how to turn away from his shot, turn, boom, counter over your shot with the same hand and counter. But he doesn't. Wilder is a one-trick pony. This is nothing new. But stop pumping your boy head up, making him think he's better than what he is, because he's not going to get better. The little bit of room he has to increase, and make things better. And I'm talking about with the age situation, because look, you was getting rocked by a dude that you said had pillows for fish. He had you all over that ring. When you get in there with somebody hungry and that can punch, and that's not going to fuck your right hand. Fuck that right hand. You going to have problems. So anyway, man, y'all need to stop being so fucking emotional, man, and understand, he's right. The dude needs to add more to his arsenal. But instead of acting like little punk, scary, little offensive bitches, oh, man, you just hating on Wilder. I don't know Wilder. I don't give a fuck about Wilder. None of them personally. I mean, I respect boxing. And there's fighters that I respect as fighters, and like, I like watching them fight, but Wilder's just not one of them, man. He doesn't do nothing for me, man. I watch him and I'm like, okay. He just, now he no longer has a WBC. He's been holding that belt hostage for so long. For me, it was more like, okay, because he has the belt, but it was never really anything about him special that I saw. Just being real. I mean, we ain't seen a lot of Ernie Shavers could punch, Foreman could punch. Both hands. Tyson could punch both hands. I mean, I was never overwhelmed. I mean, look at his fucking resume. I mean, look at people like Duhaupas and Molina. Look at people that hurt him and took him around. People that wasn't, come on, man. Like Gerald Washington was out. He was you seen what's been happening to Gerald Washington? Starting with Big Baby Miller. Gerald Washington beat every round against Wilder. He got tired and got knocked out. Gerald Washington, let's be real, he ain't shit. So, on that note, that's all I want to say on this video, man. I will holler at y'all on the next one.